Or how are we doing? Reflections, prosperous rising, successful afternoon, and a mirroring night to any being that understands what's happening to society and what's been happening before society was even called society, before 2026 was even called 2026. It's your mirroring observation of what never existed physically. And we are back with another mental message that basically came from the future to remind the past currently that what you are living in is, excuse me, a constructive fallacy of what of what humans designed themselves to follow because of trained programming of what groomed tactics and traumatized personas and constraints or constraining deception within the mind has taught people of our ancestry to commit upon themselves. If you choose to and you enjoy these videos, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. As you can see from the title for today, we are talking about how Jeffrey Epstein never existed. And not only just that, I need to go ahead and go into my documents. I did not pull that up today. Do not worry about those teachings. Some of you already seen that. But we got Gematria today, and also Jeffrey Epstein was a grown-ass woman. Not only just that, this being never existed, and how I know? Well, I mean, just do your fucking research. It's just that simple. And somebody will be like, people try to convince me. So I remember I did a video on the Black Mirror, no, Black Phone, well, really Black Mirror too, but the Black Phone too, and how people were trying to sit up here, and I'll show y'all as well, because that video is still getting likes to this day. I'm about to, so I know most of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of you are new here to this channel, and I appreciate you all. So on my Instagram, because the people on my Instagram, on my TikTok, y'all are already caught up to where my future perception is basically projecting itself. And I made a video talking about this. So this woman was saying these movies were about Epstein. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. So when people are saying I don't care, they're convincing themselves to think as if the movies are talking about Epstein. Epstein never fucking existed. As we can clearly see right here, he never existed. He never existed. Not only just that, the government, the occult, sorcerers, where is that? Sorcerers, Jujutsu Kaisen, sorcerers understand that they can use a holographic image because they have holographic technology that can show you what a hologram really is. And scientists even told you that you live in a fucking hologram. I mean, study Saturnalian occultism and they will show you that you are in the black cube of Saturn. What do you think they did do a blood sacrifice and they called it Jesus Christ and they put it on a cross for what reason? They unfolded Saturn's teachings and they gave it to society to show that they're going to commit blood sacrifices to appease a God that never wanted anybody to sacrifice anybody in the first place. People will constantly think as if, or they'll convince themselves that Epstein is a being that existed. How? You never seen this motherfucker in person, so how can you convince yourself to see this being when this being never seen itself? Your mind, your feelings. And we had a video yesterday. If you're catching up the YouTube videos, you're already ahead of society. Like you and I are the 1%, less than that actually, because like I mentioned yesterday in the video, our brain will teach us that the feelings that we go through, our stress, the things that we teach ourselves is the reason why our brain projects what a demon is or an entity or this and that. But people don't ever question their mind into what it's trained to be programmed to. So by her saying that, um, this movie, what it was actually about. Look at his face. Look at his face. Also, to my Patreon people, if y'all want any movie suggestions, I do need to do Superman. There's another movie. Superman is something else. I already did Jurassic Park, but it was another movie I need to do for you all. If you know, comment down below. But if y'all want me to do Black Phone 1 and 2 on Patreon, we can watch that whole movie and I'll break it down right in front of your face. Look who it is. They're telling you. They're telling you what they're doing. They have to. And what's crazy, the government's telling you what you as a human are doing. People don't know that they are trafficking their own children. Not only just that, we are trafficked ourselves by our parents. Or they do it. It's how they cancel out. Karmic retribution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the title was Epstein isn't a person, but a pattern that humans practice unconsciously every day. So what films are grooming every day? So I meant to put two what films are grooming the mind to externalize. Oh, so what are films groom? Oh, my fault. I'm tripping. That was a question. I thought it was a statement. I'm bugging. But a pattern. Epstein isn't a person, but a pattern that humans practice unconsciously every day. So what are films grooming the mind to externalize? Themselves.
Y'all, they use the movies um a portal.
And the thing, it's like I love how people are trying to figure out what they don't even comprehend. It's like people will sit up here and nothing wrong with taking your time as far as your thoughts, but these people will convince themselves that they really know what they know. Yes, movies will tell you about your mirror, but why not go deeper into what Epstein ever was? That's what I'm waiting for a human to tell me, but I haven't seen one yet talking about how Epstein never existed, besides like one person.
They walk the money that they launder. Hollywood is nothing but a big pedophile ring, and they use the money to launder, and they use the money in the movie industry to traffic the kids. Like you, you're not paying attention to the movies properly.
Shout out to the creator for a great and outstanding perspective. The thing is, Epstein does not exist, and many people want this being to exist because of their hatred towards what they were taught to see. You were taught to see their vision, but all they can do is tell a vision of what you've been seeing yourself do the entire time. Consent to the actions and the practices that your ancient ancestors were doing and teaching them to do. All that they can do is laugh and mock you for what you allowed them to watch and learn from. Because we invented all these creations that the government claims as theirs, these beings know that these practices that were unconscious are the reason why their pedophile rings are so sustainable. Their instability because people are funding their pyramid schemes by watching the movies. And if you're watching these movies that tell you a vision, what are you doing? You're watching what's behind the mask. These beings want to buy a connection into heaven, and yet they still never acknowledge what they are being behind the mask that they think people will never take time to want to learn about. And because these beings don't know their consciousness, that's why they have to remain in possession into what gets them into higher orders. So for them to transcend time by time traveling through science, these beings are now able to alter different timelines to their liking. And they can make other beings bend to their will because where did you come from? You're not in this timeline. They don't give a fuck. They're here to oppress, enslave, and do whatever they feel because it's what's demanded of them from the God that they worship, which is all Luciferian ideologies of Freemasonry. I was simple as that. And the thing is, I still got people to this day trying to argue with me about what the fuck I said. Like I give a fuck. Like nobody's gonna sit up here and debate with me about what the hell I've been researching. Like most of y'all don't do fucking research and you want to be in my comment section talking about you don't know what you're talking about this and that. But you can't prove me wrong. Fuck out of here. I don't be tripping on none of that shit anyway. Let's get into it, man.
if they find it.
I did have a point too, but I was just, you know what, I was too deep in the rabbit hole with my own video. So, you know what, let's get right into it. Right now, we're going to talk about, we usually bookmark the things that celebrities want to hide, and we got celebrities panicking.
Yes, if they find enough evidence and really good evidence, because that list has a lot of crazy names on it, and it's almost like a way to muddy the waters so that you say, oh, Whoopi's on the list, right? And so am I think. Why?
But
Because
So am I think. Mind you, because genetic engineering is very popular, majority of people are genetically altered. Grown man, grown man, grown man, grown man, grown man. And by this being even saying, oh, I think I'm on the, you're on the list. Like these beings they think in the future. For when they're occultists, occultists have to be in the future to even comprehend the past currently. That's why they're mind controllers. To be a mind controller, you have to basically see into the infinite by going through traumatic experiences. That's why by them lying on television, and I can't believe ABC broadcasted this shit in real time. So by them lying, on the media, people can't see the view of what people are still blind to. That's why they have a view of what you and I can never see because we never sold our morals to be famous or to be loved on by humans that can't love themselves.
Wait, let me finish this, please. We're on the list because we were at a party or a wedding or something that somebody might have been.
And look at them panicking, making that eye contact. And why is that? Because they need to confirm and cover up these tracks, these muddy waters, because now you got caught. It's like they only care, they're only panicking, they only seem like they're anxious because now humans are becoming way more aware than previous years. So when people start figuring this shit out, and when people start watching these types of videos that you and I are making, all of a sudden they gotta shut their ass up. It's over with, it's done. This shit is crumbling day by day, and now they're afraid that all the money that they have made, it was it was all for a sacrifice, for a child sacrifice, and they understand that. Why are you at a party when you know that these beings that use Jeffrey Epstein as a scapegoat, why are you around these beings when you know that there are children involved that are being trafficked, that are being harvested, that are being consumed? For what?
That's what I found out anyway.
Yeah, no,
Like I was at Trump's wedding to Marla.
Right.
Maybe Epstein was there too. Who knows?
I don't know.
Listen to the words. Maybe he was there. You know he was there for one. You know she was there. Stop lying to people. And people dead ass were watching this shit and believing it.
So that means that I'm not guilty, obviously, but
According to who? You're guilty. If you're on that list, you're guilty. Even if you weren't on that list, if you still had ties, if you were shaking hands with them, you had pictures with them, you are still guilty because it's like, imagine you're invited to a party, a famous party, by the way. You have no phones, you have no contact to the outside world. You got to put your phone in the bin. When they take your phone or whatever, you'll get it back when you leave the party. You go into this party, and it's like you see all these people that are famous, politicians, celebrities, entertainers, fitness influencers, streamers, whatever the hell, presidents. You got all this shit going on. And as you're going through doors, you're just being nosy. You're going through doors, people are showing you around the mansion and shit. You hear screams. Ah, don't go in that room though. What was that? You go into a different room, you see a bunch of kids being groomed on, touched on, being mutilated. I mean, they got scientific experiments going on. I mean, they're genetically altering animals and humans, combining it together. It's like they watching this shit and they're just like, so you can't sit up here and say you're not guilty because if you see that and you don't speak up on it, you're a bitch.
these other ones, how are you going to decide who's really guilty and who's
Well,
not?
I
It's
think
very
it's.
tricky.
I think. No, I think it's.
How is that tricky? It's common sense. If you were there and you seen what you seen, you never talked about it, you're guilty. I would be guilty if I was invited to a party and I didn't tell the internet what I witnessed. And the thing is, too, they would have to kill me off. That's why when people say, "Are you afraid of the Illuminati coming to kill you?" How? Are they enjoying Freemasonry? They damn well, I was trafficking to it, but by me leaving, they can't kill what I'm not a part of. You have to be a part of the club to get assassinated. They can't assassinate what I was never in. So that's why they're saying, well, we may be guilty. No, you're fucking guilty. And they won't talk about the truth because what happens? They will get out of the simulation.
I think it's very clear because if you look, you know why my name is there. Because someone was looking for a plane, and that's what people do. They go to all the people who have private planes and say, do you have one?
And you didn't get on the plane.
I didn't get on the plane. I didn't know they were looking for a plane.
Yeah.
I had no idea that the plane that I was supposed to be on was no longer available. So I'm named in there like Whoopi Goldberg needs a plane.
But there are a lot of people that are
Marilyn
named,
Monroe is on the list.
Yes.
There were plenty of people that were there are plenty of
Elvis
people
also.
named.
All celebrities, I guess you want to say. And I just got bookmarks too of what I thought was important. Also, we are going to see Andrew Tate, and the thing is, for all you Andrew Tate idol worshippers, yeah, keep idolizing these fucking Baphomet genetically engineered sellouts. I'm so tired of y'all with these, and you know who I'm talking to. The ones who are conscious, y'all don't idolize celebrities, y'all don't post them, y'all don't got time to be dick sucking these motherfuckers. It's like these people are just fucking. They're all puppets. They're all pawns. We don't got time to even be like. I'm gonna expose him too, or her. Anyway, these sicko elites declare themselves so powerful, but the fact that they have to hide from us because we outnumber them proves they are not only lying, but they are scared of us. And if we, as we can see, also everything in the, let me show y'all this picture real quick of the ice wall. So I want y'all to know what Epstein Island really is. I'm going to put myself right here. Let me turn my brightness up for you all. As you can see right here, Terra Infinita, whatever the fuck, or just the infinite realm outside the ice wall. As you can see, everything, my fault, everything outside. So obviously, you and I, we are placed inside of that middle. When you go outside of the ice wall, where that gateway is, or the opening, everything underneath that visual, the lens, the all-seeing eye, the moon, or whatever the case, is Epstein Island. Every island that has a human on it is trafficking a child. And as we can see, they got underground tunnels, so you and I already know that. And just look at this stuff. I mean, predators, 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 predators. I mean, they just got levels. And the thing is, they made these underground bunkers underground underneath our surface because they understand when we do catch them, and they decide to hide from us, they will just go and crawl right underground to where they belong, just like Satanists would, because they are pussy. And the deeper they go, the worse it gets. Because you're not going to take your time. And not only just that, the pressure becomes overwhelming. And you're not going to dig a tunnel down to stop them from doing this shit. And the thing is, they've been doing this before 2026. So ancient deities knew that this day would happen. That's why they're scrambling right now because they're like, damn, I didn't think it would come this fast. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. The term conspiracy theorist was created by the CIA to stop the weak-minded thinking too far outside of their box. They label anything they don't want people to believe as a conspiracy theory, and no one believes it. The fear of ridicule is a powerful antidote to free thought. Now, understand this video right here is AI, but there are certain key points in this AI video that, and the person is reading off an AI script, but when AI is teaching this person, which is very sad that AI is teaching people, but AI giving these different talking points is accurate, but we got to contradict that as well because remember, it's artificial intelligence.
Think Epstein was the scandal? That was the bait. Real architects sit on thrones, wear robes, and drink
And if
wine
somebody,
while feeding on
and if somebody asks, how do you know it's AI? Watch.
children's souls in Vatican crypts. Look, let's name what they won't. The 13 bloodlines that run the world aren't who you think. Orsini, Aldo Brandini, Pallavincini, Medici, Breakspear, Farnese, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Warburg, Hanover, Lee, Bruce, Habsburg. These are not old money. They are Baalic parasitic bloodlines. Ritual sorcerers who hijacked empires and installed mind control systems under the illusion of religion, politics, and finance. Where's their origin point? Venice. The Black Venetian nobility ran Babylonian blood cults under Catholic masks. They merged with the Vatican, embedded into the Jesuit priesthood, and exported global slavery through maritime law, trapping you in birth certificates, taxes, and silent contracts with no consent. Venice wasn't a city of romance, it's a sacrificial basin.
Easy. Every time people use that same cadence, that same pattern, that's how you know it's AI. This is exactly how I can tell people use AI. Not just that, it's sad that people had to integrate that into their lives. Not saying that this shit is wrong, but it's just like you truthfully do not know. You think you know, but you do not know what these beings are doing. And it's far beyond just Venice. That's just another, what's the word I'm looking for? That's just like a breeding ground for where they thought this shit started from, and it's not the case.
Why do you think the Pope wears a fish hat? That's not Christian. That's Dagon, a
It's like AI just talking. So we're basically listening to AI, and I just can't believe this person is just enthusiastic, like it's their own knowledge.
Nephilim water demon. Look, Epstein wasn't a financier. He was a human trafficker for the priest class.
That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about. Jeffrey Epstein was the government. So think about the system as a whole. They are being Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein being one person. No, Jeffrey Epstein is a being the collective. Jeffrey Epstein is a being the collective. So when you see Jeffrey Epstein, think of your system, your government. Think of the people in higher orders, higher powers, spiritual wickedness in higher places. They are using this being Epstein as a pawn or a puppet to hide themselves from society. They use Epstein as the pawn so that people can now put the blame on that being and not their own government. but in God we trust.
He ran blackmail rituals for the elite, orgies timed to celestial gates, using children pre-programmed through MK Ultra satellite nodes. Who funded him? Rothschild-backed banks. He admitted this. Mossad and CIA intelligence mergers. Chabad Lubavitch financiers masked as philanthropists. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell still alive? Because her father, Robert Maxwell, was a
I'm just getting annoyed right now. All right, and more things too. So I remember this too when All-Star Weekend happened this last weekend. Niggas more upset at Katie's burner than the Epstein emails. When people were concerned about Epstein, no, not Epstein, people were concerned about Kevin Durant and the whole Twitter scandal shit. I was thinking to myself, y'all are so concerned about a grown-ass woman named Kevin Durant that y'all still cannot comprehend that humans are being trafficked every second. It's pathetic as fuck. See what this video is talking about.
The states are taking children, giving them to somebody else for money that they get from the federal government. That means that all 50 states are involved in government subsidized child trafficking. It's a ring. It is the largest and most pervasive child trafficking ring in the history of the world by sheer money and numbers.
Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid entitled.
I mean, but come on, man, that just pissed me off, man. Like,
The Adoption and Safe Families Act.
It was put into law in 1997 by Bill and Hillary Clinton, and I said it that way on purpose. And it is a law that literally steals money from the Social Security Fund and gives this money to the states in order to incentivize them to kidnap babies.
To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have.
it's crazy because why do some people who are watching my videos, why are y'all still having children? It's like, this is why I can't have children in this lifetime. I really think I'm gonna cut my legacy off because there's no way I would adopt, but there's no way I'm gonna have a woman give birth because do you not see this shithole that we're in? I mean, even taking your child to school, to a store, to amusement parks, to a sport, or to whatever, just whatever event, that's child trafficking because there is a predator always lurking in the premises. I mean, I just can't put no child into this world. This is
More children. They must have more merchandise to sell.
Every child, once you've added it all up, is worth approximately $1 million to the state.
why do we have a price tag? $1 million? A million. So think about surrogate mothers. Now think about the science aspect with genetically engineering and cloning and shit, taking your blood. They're not just using blood just for the fuck of it. No, I mean, you got blood drives and whatnot, but it needs your blood for what? Because when you perish, they're going to make another version of you. But wait a minute, they can make more versions of you and I and freeze that version. So where now that version of you that's out of simulation, another batch comes in, another batch comes in, another batch comes in. It keeps on going.
But we've been told that this is a 60 to 80 billion dollar a year industry, meaning the federal government is taking $80 billion a year and giving that money to all of the 50 states to kidnap children.
Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents.
But their own statistics state that 83% of all children who are taken by CPS, Child Protective Services, are for unsubstantiated allegations, meaning never should it have happened in the first place. So that imagine anything else in the world where you know you get it wrong 83% of the time and you admit it, but you just keep doing it.
Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence.
Let's see what this person has to say. Mind you, this person looks like a grown ass man too. But
What
anyway,
if they just keep cloning themselves? The elite. What if it's not that they live
there are no such thing as the elite, by the way.
forever or for 7,000 years, a really long time, whatever people are saying, but that they keep cloning themselves while we come into this with amnesia. We're still reincarnating and doing all the
They also have amnesia. That's why they clone themselves to Still the knowledge that we give them through the internet.
Things probably trapped here against our will. But we come in
Wait,
unknowing.
what? Wait, what was that? So I'm trying to contradict everything, question everything. You already understand that.
Reincarnating and doing all the things, probably trapped here against our will. But I'm into this with amnesia. We're still reincarnating and doing all the things, probably trapped here against our will.
You know, you have freedom to do whatever you want because you have the willpower to do anything that you can do. So if you don't want to be trapped against your will, leave. Leave the simulation. But wait a minute. Where will you go when you were already here? But you were nowhere. So where are you?
But we come in.
And you don't ever reincarnate. Reincarnation does not reincarnate to itself. Did reincarnation call itself reincarnation? No, humans did that. Humans construct words because words hold weight in the mind because people do not know how to control their own fucking mind.
Unknowing, right? They come in, have records that they've kept, all while burning our records each time we come back and do this all over again.
They don't burn your records because if you understand the Akashic library or your database, when you activate your cells or your neuromelanin within your database or your genetic makeup, you'll be able to understand how to awaken your cells to transcend the signaling of your higher self right back to your lower self currently in the material plane.
Because that way they get to remain in power and also get better and better at the game each time, and then they can stay at the top and just like exploit us for eons. I mean, is that what they meant was much worse? Because I really can't imagine what would be worse than, you know, the things that we've already seen and heard. And then each time we start to figure it out, they just reset us again.
You reset yourself. The government is a reflection of what you don't know about yourself. That's why they're in control because we put them there. That's why they put their trust in us. I say you're gods, all of you. If that's the case, why do they trust us and we can't trust ourselves? Okay. Now, this Ally Carter, I still think she's a Freemasonic puppet, but let's see what this being has to say. Not only that, is that I mean, I was shooting for the stars, but then if I see a cross, you're a part of the program.
There is different, there's cities underground, there's
And the thing is,
warehouses.
I feel like this could make sense because if Ally Carter's talking about it and you're being displayed on the media a lot and you're going viral for what you're saying, then you've been through some shit. So it makes sense.
Underground. There's
And if you want to know too, I know I keep pausing it, but because I know many people are watching this, you're probably like, what the fuck is going on? That's why you have to be open-minded to this shit. You cannot lean on anybody's understanding. Do your own research and understand that research that you're researching is not factual. They all come from thoughts that were constructed from a liar's perspective.
actual homes underground. People build these tunnels and they built them for decades. There's a lot
What's up with the music?
of elite celebrities. They go down there for parties.
Hmm.
Underneath the Getty Museum in Los Angeles, California.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was there for
And I have been to the Gettysburg Museum in Los Angeles, California, and that is actually true. Not just that I haven't seen it, but the feeling. Because when you go to Hollywood, when you go to Los Angeles, and so I know somebody will, I already know somebody's gonna be like, you ain't never been there. And there's always that one person. And don't even comment either, because when I show you this shit, what you gonna say? Hold on. All right. Let me go and show y'all real quick. And also, this was June 19th, 2019, 12:26 p.m. And I posted it on Snapchat too. Hold on. It ain't got no wait, wrong. It ain't got no Chiliad, Hollywood, city in the distance. Come on, bro. Like, nigga, this was in 2019. Like, look at this shit. Can't make it up, Hollywood sign. Look at that, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all, when you all go there, I want one of y'all to tag me and be like, Divine, I made it. You were right. Like, look at this shit. It's called Griffith Park. Griffith Park. This was June 15, 2019. Look at that. The hills. I was in the hills and shit. All the kids getting traffic and shit at that current moment. I wasn't even aware of that shit. Like, come on, man. Like, I really dead ass might think I really might think I'm a fortune teller. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'll never forget this journey. I really appreciate my mom for taking me and my brother. Not just that, look at my sixes too. Look at the J's I had on this day. Hold on. Look at that. Had them Toros. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, I was in Hollywood Boulevard, and like I these sellouts. Yeah, I can't see it. But yeah, man, like this shit. Come on, bro. Shit crazy.
Cock party. We walked through the museum, through the garden area, and employees led us to underground tunnels. We had to take an elevator and stairs. We had to be led. There is no way that you can just walk into a tunnel. The entrances and the exits are in your face, but there's no way that you can just walk through tunnels. You'll get stuck. You'll go deeper and deeper. You won't be able to come back out because it's hard, because the tunnels run all different directions for miles and miles and miles and miles. So if you go down the wrong one, you'll get stuck, and it's confusing to.
So it's like the Maze Runner and those fam. Get that bullshit out of here. All right. But yeah, it's like the Maze Runner. Now that you know, where's the outrage? Why aren't people marching globally? Why aren't we dragging these evil fucks into the streets? Any suggestions? Or are you going to stay scum too? Epstein files. 3 million pages released. Read them. Are you angry yet? Right now, today, tomorrow, children are bawling for our help. And I know that a lot of people aren't even there for the children. That's why every single day I'm doing everything I can for somebody else's child that isn't my own. So I know I'm doing it for a great cause, but many people can't say the same shit. Like I don't just do social media. I'm actually in communities. Fuck money.
This is real Satanism, as Congressman have been.
Also, grown ass women, both sellouts for the system. So they would understand deeper ties and deeper knowledge for what is going on underground. And fucking brown nose.
Coming out that have seen this stuff and it's coming out. They're like, this is pure on Satanism. This is real, folks. And remember in the 80s, it came out, all the human sacrifice of Satanism. They called it the satanic scare, the hysteria. It was real. And I interviewed Ted Gunderson, who was the head of the FBI in L.A., who they wanted to be the FBI director. And he basically quit to expose all this. And he told me all this stuff. He told me...
I've seen his work.
He told me that they starve babies for like a couple days so that the men can then put their, in their mouth and the baby sucks for dear life. That's in the emails. Epstein with university head biologist and behavioral psychologist and saying, I know you starve babies so they suck better. If you record their mother's voice, they'll suck harder.
Wow.
So they've got tips on when you're raping the baby, you're starving. And then doing this, the baby.
We might have to cut off YouTube.
It's Rumble. Yeah,
YouTube.
It's Rumble time. Yeah.
Yeah. My point is that
we'll cut YouTube. Come on over, guys. So
this is America. This is the files. This is the reality. Yeah. And I'm sorry this is what Satan is doing.
No. This is what it is, and this is what's in the files, and this is what they've been doing for a long time. And there's a reason why they've been holding these files back for so long. And
we forced it because of the crime.
It took the files for y'all to realize what they've been fucking doing. Like, I know my mind went down to some crazy rabbit holes, but when I'm seeing what people are saying about what is in the files, I'm like, bro, I'm not surprised. Like, my nigga, I have Satans in my family, so therefore I'm not fucking surprised. Like, nothing surprises me.
Follow me on Real Alex Jones on X and our backup HAN Live for the new network that's trying to shut me down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry this is so horrible. I'm sorry. With the new emails today, Woody Allen, how to eat bodies, how to grind the bones, how to get great fiber out of the bones. Yeah, Woody Allen, him talking about how they're gonna have great.
Fucking, that shit's pathetic. All right, and of course we have Orlando Brown talking
This
about
celebrity exposes how the elite can body switch with anybody.
Switch people out. And he does it right in front of them. And he says, like, yo, bro, like, I'll switch your wife out and I'll put another one of your wife inside of her body.
Wow.
And they're walking around and you think that's your wife and it's not your wife. This is what's going on. It's no longer, like I said, it's no longer spiritual. We figured out how to turn into spirit and exchange the soul.
understand how you say we. Freemasonry, this being just exposed the truth while talking in code, and people will miss that. It'll fly right over their head. They'll be like, we, what do you mean we? Yeah, these beings do this shit. That's why she would know, because it's happening to her right now, currently, as she's talking on the goddamn mic.
In order to control the vessel. So if I have the vessel and I'm just nothing but spirit, I can ruin your life. That's what everybody has been going through.
That is freaking crazy.
So everybody has, they can't recognize it unless you say things like the switch. So when they watch that and they see that there's other people that can identify other than me, it's not just me playing games. It's the truth. We have to be careful with who we want. You'll be in the car with Paul, man, but you're really in the car with Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Stay weird.
Mm-hmm. Bro, that shit true, bro. You could be in a car with Selena, but you really in the car with Rachel. Selena look just like the Selena that you thought you knew, but whole entire time that could be Rachel playing as Selena. I mean, or it can be Tiffany, it can be LaCondra, whatever you want to, whoever you talk to. Look into people's eyes and feel their energy. That's all I'm gonna say. And the thing is, Sue, this is so accurate. I would stand and I understand beings that go through this every single day. Not just that, I talk to these beings. So it's just like it's so disheartening having to see them go through their internal battles by themselves, because my mind is too strong to be under mind control. But there's some people who don't have that luxury because that was not their purpose in life. I mean, if God had a favorite, all I'm gonna say is I can just see who's not a favorite. That's majority of humanity. So I listened to this fucking song. Honestly, y'all can watch. I'm not gonna get copyrighted, but I'm putting y'all on game. If you go on YouTube, I think this video is still up, but I did listen to this song. This being, and it's crazy how Comedy Central put this out, and it's just like this is not a fucking joke. Trevor Moore. That video's still up, and it only has 675K views 12 years ago. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is this being was talking about child trafficking and how this being went through it in a joking manner. Shit was not funny. Disgusting, bro. I did not mean to do that.
They eat it, do sex
How do they eat the baby?
They cut.
Alive? Is the baby alive?
No, they inject it to make it go to sleep.
And
then after, Papa tells us to hold the knife, and then he puts his big hand on. He pushes it into the net.
And the thing is, I work with kids. All I know is this is literally how kids talk. Kids are they are attentive, they are descriptive, and they pay attention. So if she's doing the action without imagining it, that lets you know that this shit really is going on.
Cuts it.
Oh my
and
God.
after, but when it's upside down, so it's like he goes like
so
that.
how do the babies become upside down?
So you get a string, hang it up, and it's upside down when it's asleep.
Well, hang the baby upside down after they inject it?
Yes. Miss Margin, the nurse, she
Margin?
injected.
Who is Miss Margin?
Miss Margin is a nurse of our school.
Nurses, Grey's Anatomy, all the things I've been saying these past years. I mean, this stuff gets easier and easier, man. Niggas can't call me crazy no more.
She does the injecting. She pretends to be kind to my mom and tries to like say be kind. And then after she injects. She's a nurse, so she pretends to be kind to mom. And so if I hurt myself, she pretends to be like really kind to us and like look after us and give us ice cream.
She's a member of this cult?
Yes, she's a.
And what do they all have? You say they all have a special something that they wear and stuff?
Yes, they wear this, but they wear this special kind of shoes. They make her.
What shoes? What special kind of shoes?
Baby skin shoes. Daniel, Felix, and Max.
Who are Daniel, Felix, and Max?
They work at a shoe shop. Daniel and Felix, yes.
What shoe shop do they work at?
Daniel and Felix, they work in the next to the O2 Centre one in this tube station.
Where?
Just inside the tube station.
In the tube station where? What tube station, Daniel?
O2 Centre one.
O2 Centre where?
No. So in the corner.
Which tube station?
I think it's the next waitress. I didn't. Hampstead. Finchley Road Station.
What, the tube station?
Yes, yes. So when you come in, there's this shop,
Okay, you don't have to
shoe
describe
shop.
it. Just tell me what they do, these fellows.
And those fellows, they take off the skin. I don't know how.
The skin of whom?
Of the baby. The baby.
And they make shoes?
Yes.
And who wears these shoes?
Papa, everyone wears the shoes.
Everyone in the cult?
Yes.
Hello. Hello. My name is Katie Groves, and I am a survivor of the child snuff industry. This video is about my experience growing up in a child snuff ring known as Uncle Sam's Snuff Factory. This ring was located in Central Texas, and I will speak about it in the past tense only because I do not have current knowledge of its existence. But that does not mean I have any reason to believe that it has been shut down. My home was in Austin, and I recall the drives being about 45 minutes to get to this place. I recall it being in farmland, the entrance at least, most of the ring being underground. High-ranking government officials and military agencies.
Also, y'all, I am looking for food, so I am still being attentive. Don't even worry, we still focused.
Orchestrate it. To believe that there are deep underground military bases that commit mass genocide against children, film it, and sell it on the black market to watch it is unfathomable to most people.
Accurate.
I spent the first 17 years of my life being taken to that place on a near daily basis, sometimes held for longer periods of time, in which I was incarcerated, did not know if I would ever see daylight again. I've witnessed thousands of murders. They called it Uncle Sam's Snuff Factory. It is the very literal definition of hell on earth. It is not unique. There are other places like it all over the world. I have been trafficked there as well. It is one of those places where a person can get literally anything they want for the right price if they have the connections to be there. I have seen wealthy, aristocratic white women ordering children of color on menus to be delivered dead, cooked on platters in a wing of the place they called Cannibal's Kitchen. And the reason I'm alive and the reason I survived is because I was born into an organized crime family involved with the CIA who ran this operation.
Damn, that sounds just like my mirror. Holy shit. That sounded just like me.
On menus to be delivered dead, cooked on platters in a wing of the place they called Cannibal's Kitchen. And the reason I'm alive and the reason I survived is because I was born into an organized crime family involved with the CIA who ran this operation. I have the genetics, the family background to be a candidate for perpetration, for continuing the cycle of violence, from being one of the quote-unquote leaders or members of the group. So I was kept alive for experimentation, for slavery, for use. Because we're not just talking about death, we're talking about the worst possible ways to die. Children being boiled alive in shit and piss. that predators paid to donate into iron tubes. We're talking about children cut apart, fed to other children for people's sexual gratification. This is reality.
Mm-hmm.
And
it is.
All I ask of those who watch this is that you remember that while it may be excruciatingly painful for you to look at this reality, to think about this being possible, there are children. I ask you to remember and acknowledge that there are children who are surviving it every day. Mm-hmm. And if they can do that, maybe you can muster the strength, if you have it, to look, to stop the madness.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt if that will ever happen. You can help the collective damage created by these rings.
No, I don't want to listen, but just know just know I'm gonna do it. If nobody else does it, I'm gonna do that shit. I could do anything in the world right now, but it's a Friday. I'm choosing to still expose these fuck ass motherfuckers, man. Fuck anything else, man. These people will go down. Before I die, I'm going to change society into what they never realized before. I ain't gonna die for no reason.
So 20 years ago, I knew that.
Oh yeah, grown ass woman, by the way.
Transgender.
Masonic ties. A noose around her neck.
Was gonna be a thing. It wasn't because I
was. Oh wait, talk about yourself again.
That transgenders was gonna be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so
What you smiling for? If I was in that room, I'll be looking right into this grown woman's eyes.
I knew
because she know. Oh, these Masons are so slick.
In the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future, and that somehow calling people the goat would be normalized over the sheep being always the most popular reference.
God damn, we got some good weed, Cat. Jesus Christ.
This must be the weed.
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, okay. Grown woman too, huh? It's just the weed? Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I get high. That weed ain't that good. 20 years ago, I knew transgenders were gonna be a thing. The earliest I ever seen that. Okay, anyway. Ha ha ha. I already told y'all. Let's get to it.
Maybe if I could just find a video of them talking about purposefully inflating the...
I ain't gonna lie, this camera quality is crazy, and if anybody knows this camera, I want to order this camera. This shit is ridiculous.
Currency, maybe I wouldn't be a crazy conspiracy theorist anymore. Maybe they're telling you what they're going to do. I don't know if anyone at home actually understands something about Satanism. And people often talk about Satanists ruling the world. Satanism...
Alex Jones started this. Shout out to Alex Jones.
Big G.
Yeah.
Satanism relies on the fact that they have to tell you what they're going to do.
They can't deceive you.
They can't deceive you because then there's karmic retribution. The only thing Satanists believe in is if they deceive you and trick you, they will be punished for it. So what they have to do is tell you exactly what they're going to do. Let me give you an example. If I give you an apple that's poisoned and I say, do you want an apple? And you eat it, I've poisoned you. If I say, do you want a poison apple? And then you eat it, it's suicide. Therefore, I am not responsible for your death if I told you it was a poison apple. Therefore, I am not responsible for the decimation and extermination of your entire fucking bloodline if I told you what I was going to do and you didn't do anything about it. If I sat there and told you what my intention was and you sat on your ass jerking off the Pornhub and watching football, then you deserve to die. That's what they believe. And you're sitting there going, oh, well, you know, maybe they're joking. Arsenal plays next week. I'm going to go down the pub with my mates. Don't you care? Why am I trying to drag you from the abyss? Why am I trying to wake you up? Hello? You need a parachute. The plane's about to crash. And you're sitting there stuffing your face with peanuts.
We'll go business class seats. It's not that bad.
What's wrong with you people? They literally tell you what they're going to do to you. You don't even care.
You wouldn't know about that, huh? Considering that you're a part of that allegiance as well, fucking pussy. This is literally the whole point of AI. President Trump says all pics in Epstein files are edited, fake, and AI generated. He never visited Epstein Island. So y'all can see why AI is on the rise now. And the thing is, I can see why it was implemented in society. The first time I even seen AI get introduced, I was just like, I know exactly what's going to happen. And here we are today. So further along this year, just know there are going to be so many things happening. They're going to blame it on AI. But,
Eating ourselves.
Ben said that you eating your own consciousness.
Let me say that again.
Wow.
We are eating human. We are eating ourselves. And this is why I say what I say. The more I eat it, the way that I feel, what my spirit is telling me. And like I said before, there is no plants in any building. There's no amount of plants in any building across the world that can produce as much as meat as we eat. But guess what? They are producing every day.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever thought about that?
Oh, shit.
There's nothing growing that fast to be able to feed Wendy's, McDonald's, Popeyes, JJ's, Sharks, this fine dining restaurant, that fine dining restaurant. You tell me what's growing that fast and what's moving that fast besides people dying.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
People. Next thing they'll be people. Next thing they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them.
Promise, Tiger. I promise. I'll tell the exchange.
You tell everybody. Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them. Silent breed is people.
I posted a video showcasing emails from the Epstein files indicating a clear, undeniable plan to manipulate the hormones of the American public to feminize men. I don't think people realize how scary.
Ironic, right? Look how close the eyes are. Filtrum, look at the V.
Scary that is. Your hormones are who you are as a person. Whether you're funny, confident, passionate, whatever, all of it is from your hormones. And what bothers me the most is how well they're succeeding. The average 20-year-old male today is biologically closer to a woman from the 1970s than they are a man. In the 70s, the average guy in their 20s had a testosterone level of 750 nanograms per deciliter. Today, that number is 350 for guys in their 20s. Average woman's testosterone was 50. We're literally closer to chicks of that time than we are the men of.
Who's we? Because biologically, that doesn't make sense to my program. I can't relate.
That time. This attack on our hormones is led by two major factors in our everyday life. The first is in our farming. All of our fruits and vegetables are sprayed with a chemical called atrazine. The chemical famously known for its ability to turn male frogs gay. It does this.
Hey, and the thing is, when I got kicked out of that group chat for mentioning that shit, I was the laughing stock. The niggas talking about some, bro, the article that you sent was talking about turning frogs gay. And so when this person says it, oh, it's okay. It's like, bro.
Same thing in humans. It's proven to be pumping us full of xenoestrogens and blocking our testosterone. The EPA denies these claims and keeps it completely legal, and it's sprayed on almost all of the produce that we eat in the United States. The main financer of these projects being none other than Bill Gates, the man publicly trying to reduce the population as well as frequent Epstein Island enjoyers. The second leader in the attack is Forever Chemicals, specifically found in plastic packaging. They're called PFAS, and they're in almost all of the plastic packaging for all of our food. These chemicals are manufactured by a company called DuPont. Coincidentally, all of the JP Morgan Chase bankers that finance this company are also all well documented in the Epstein files. They appear frequently. It's starting to make sense why doctors aren't taught hormones in medical school, and if you ever try to ask about them, you're going to get looked at like a crazy person. If I was going to attack the American public using hormones, I'd also make it pretty difficult to learn anything about them. We are not
So now when this person says it, oh, it's okay. But when somebody like me says it, it's a problem. Okay, I guess because it's just me and just the way I sound. Got it. Okay. Hey, to any of y'all that are mad, don't even comment. Don't even comment. Don't even do it to
You will
yourself.
not
If you're not showing love, don't do it. Because I will reply to your comment with a video. Stay quiet like you've been doing. Be a good little bitch.
pay the price. There'll be no karmic retribution for your actions. So let me give you an example. If I sell poison apples and I put up a sign saying apples and you buy one and you die, then you were poisoned. If I sell poison apples and I put up a sign saying poison apples and then you buy one and clear to them what you're doing. And if they don't resist, if they don't stand up against it, then they are complicit. They're agreeing that what's happening is okay. So by telling you they're pedophiles and nobody do anything about it, they could sit there and go, well, everyone knew we're pedophiles. Look, it's obvious we're pedophiles and nobody cares. Which is also why it's so important we call them out. You can't sit here and be wishy-washy on some issues. You have to sit here and say, this is disgusting. These are children. They're being
So, Andrew, why don't you call them out? You have closer ties with them, so why aren't you speaking up on the matter? Oh, you're afraid to die. Got it.
exploited.
Openly admitting that they can kick down her door whenever they choose. Pussy. Planned to create a super race carrying his DNA. He was allegedly his DNA, aiming to impregnate women at his New Mexico ranch as a part of a scheme involving genetic engineering and AI. Hmm. They eat humans, they will definitely feed that shit to us. Don't be silly. This right here, am I the only person who finds the Epstein story incredibly boring? You piece of shit. And I can't believe this person has 250 followers. I mean, I just feel like these people are just a part of the system. Like they're literally just playing their part in the last video right
I
here.
was subjected to satanic ritual abuse, child sex trafficking, and torture from my birth in 1964 to age 18 in 1982 when I left, moved to the United States, and changed my name. I was involved through my Italian family line. I was tortured in an underground facility in Rome that had tunnels connecting it to the subterranean levels of the Vatican. I witnessed child sacrifice there and was trafficked from there and within the European elite.
I wonder if this is her story or I don't know.
The satanic
It's
rituals
somebody's
occurred in
story.
the Vatican, as well as in elite mansions, in underground tunnels, and in private outdoor areas. What were the most common forms of abuse you were subjected to? The kinds of abuse I was subjected to include rape, gang rape, being forced to watch the torture and murder of animals and humans, ranging from babies to adults, electric shock, waterboarding, being buried alive with dead bodies, being put in coffins, being defecated and urinated on, watching people be disemboweled and having their entrails placed on me, various forms of mind control, horrific experiments on myself and witnessing them on others, being locked in a freezer, being kept in cages and isolation boxes for long periods of time, and watching satanic rituals below the Vatican, including the brutalization and sacrifice of babies and children, the ritualized drinking of their blood and organs, and the summoning of demonic entities via this ritual.
Well, you know, we already talked about that. There ain't no such thing as demonic entities, but if there was evil, they would resemble what an entity wants to unconsciously act upon.
What is your personal message for humanity? My message to humanity is that our world is controlled and run by satanic pedophile psychopaths who are in the highest positions of authority and power globally. All our systems, be it media, medicine, religious institutions, education, intelligence agencies, military, global agencies, and governments, have been infiltrated at the top layers by this global cult. Pedophilia undergirds their system and is used as a mechanism of blackmail and control, as well as being part of the satanic religion. Children are still being ritually abused, trafficked, and murdered in the millions today. I am sharing my testimony because it is up to us to stop the abuse of children, and indeed the abuse of all of humanity. These people have used trauma-based mind control and succeeded with secrecy and deception, so exposing them is of paramount importance. They have poisoned our food, water, air, our bodies with pharmaceuticals and vaccines, our minds with media and miseducation, and they have convinced us they have
Oh, I ain't gonna
authority
lie.
over
Hold on, hold on,
humanity.
hold on.
Our minds with media and miseducation.
This right here, when I learned that that many people I've encountered, had conversations with, when I heard how they sound from this, and because they were taught by this, when I contradicted both of these, I said, oh, no one will ever manipulate me because of how they think when they are researching or getting their information from these two bits of satanic, hmm, let's say, allowances of what people taught themselves to fall in love with.
And they have convinced us they have authority over humanity. They have
Right.
traumatized us with wars,
Mm-hmm.
terrorism,
Mm-hmm.
violence,
Mm-hmm.
weather warfare, poverty,
Yep.
scarcity, and engineered diseases.
Yep.
Their end game is genocide of most and complete enslavement of remaining.
Mm-hmm.
They want us to openly worship Lucifer and
Mm-hmm.
normalize pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see this happening today.
Mm-hmm.
They can only succeed with our compliance,
Mm-hmm.
consent, and
Mm-hmm.
cooperation.
Exactly.
We need to know the truth so we can say no more.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to do our inner work,
Yep.
heal and restore ourselves.
Correct.
Because when we do this, we step into our power.
Thank you.
We can come together
This is
despite
true.
their many attempts to divide us.
Exactly.
And together co-create a better way forward.
Simple. You don't gotta say no more. You don't gotta say no more. I feel like this video is basically making itself for me. I think this video is just working for me at this point. I don't even gotta do the work anymore. It's like the universe is saying, here, Darius, you don't even gotta say anymore. You did so much work. I want to work for you now. Say less, simulation. Say less. Cause bro, a nigga's tired. Niggas tired. I sound like a broken record with these videos now. Cause at this point, if you watch my videos, you should get this shit. This is for the ones who still just who love being stimulated mentally. I love to learn, honestly. Who the fuck is the government? Let's get into gematria. We have 6 ciphers. Ordinal, Sumerian, capitals, mixed, capitals added, KV exception, SKV. I just want to do this too because I just want to change it up. So, by the way, though, if you don't know gematria, this is basically the language of God or source. If source was to speak. Now, the thing is, the being would speak in math or numerology or letterology. Now, the beings who gave us English understand they didn't give us English. We gave ourselves English in different tongue interpretations, but they also manipulated the form and turned it into English because we were not speaking in that fuck ass language. And because they did that before Sumerians, before the Hebrews, before the Jews and all that shit, we knew that the numbers connected us to higher simulation. So by us transcending dimensions, we use gematria to access the portals into those gateways so that we can physically be prepared to go into a future realm that we were already in. Sacrifice is manipulation. As we can see, what's the point of it? So by people being in tune with these files, they're being manipulated right now at this current moment, and people aren't being focused on their spirit or their higher self. The question of the day: who is Jeffrey Epstein? Who? And if you tell me, how do you know? And you can tell me for 85 years straight. You can tell me every day, every month, every second. On that last day of the 85th year or the 80th year, I'm going to say, you wasted your whole entire time talking to me about what never existed. Wow, good job. My name is said every day, right or wrong. Since this month has started, I have heard nothing but this being's name, and this being does not fucking exist. The occult are doing a great job. Luciferian pedophile ring. This is simple. I don't even gotta explain that shit. Paradoxical conditioning, meaning that for one, people are conditioned to not understand contradictions. So with the Black Phone 2 video that I showed you all earlier in this video, people were sitting here saying, somebody commented, I deleted that shit too. But somebody was just like, what you're saying is confusing. I don't get what you're talking about. No shit. No shit. No shit, you can't understand me, boy. I speak in a fucking contradiction on purpose so that I don't get myself assassinated either. And I didn't even join these motherfuckers. Understand the cosmos. When you understand the cosmos and when you're in the infinite, understand you got to do so much work, not only just for yourself, but for humanity, to where you'll realize that you're not meant to live here for a long life. So when you overstand the cosmos, you understand that cosmically, in a higher leveling plane of celestial embodiments, you are observing consciousness play human. Holographic projection. This is self-explanatory. Everything that you see in this world is a hologram. So how the hell can you worship a fucking God? Like, it's like people worship an opinion. You are praising, giving your all to an image that your mind thinks is real. Oh my God. Like, people are reading these files and they're dead ass believing the pictures that they're seeing. For one, the government, the system is telling you, not only just that, I just realized something too. Why is it that in these files they're only showing European kids? Because for my people, if they showed carbon beings in those pictures in those files with carbon being celebrities or black people in these files, oh my God, then what would happen? A shift would happen for the true image of God. That's why they're giving you European images of a paradoxical conditioning. Same story. I sue confusion and chaos. And who are we talking about? The system, intent of the entities. There are no fucking demons, but the intent. What is the intent of these entities? To commit evil. There is no evil, but they are committing evil actions. Underground society. We don't gotta explain this shit, do we? Because at this point, you should know that there are underground societies that have basically portrayed what society will become eons before we were here today. I didn't die, I never existed. Is this video done now? Is this video done? And the thing is, you can't sit up here and deny it. It's in synchronicities and synchronization in fucking four ciphers. Not only just that, 138. In fucking four ciphers. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Begin to connect the dots. When you go back and watch this video however many times you want, you can do shrooms, you can get high, you can drink, you can even go to sleep on this video. Once you are done with this video, connect the dots with your family's family. Ask them questions. When they start getting triggered, when they look at you like you crazy, there's your answer. Happiness can be wicked too. When people say, cheer up, you should smile more. Why aren't you happy? I mean, honestly, I'm always in a great mood, but I'm gaslighting myself by saying that because why? Every day I know that in the back of my mind, in the front of my mind as well, in my cerebellum, my temporal lobe, I realize that in my hippocampus, or my parahippocampus, I understand that there are beings being trafficked every second that I am awake, that I'm speaking right now. How can I be happy? There is somebody being sexually abused right now. There are women that are being traumatized, that are being abused, molested, they're being manipulated, they're being genetically mutilated. How can I be happy? Knowing that there are people going through that right fucking now. My people had to fucking die, including myself. We had to go through death. Why would I be happy? You mean I came down here just to fucking die? And then learn about satanic pedophile? Out of here. Presume human remains. Not only just that, I feel like too, if these beings are cutting open the bodies of babies and adults as well, I feel like they're putting their identity into that body, sewing it up, and then living out another costume, or they're just using it for self-pleasure when they're bored. Louis Farrakhan's Boule, just like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman. Yeah, I'm alive and I'm here forever. It's a system not always going to be here. The system has been here before biblical time periods, before Christ was conscious. How long is forever then? There is no time. You can't waste it. And you can't retain it. You can't hold on to it because it was never there. These beings will always do this shit. So if you come back 10,000 years from now, this shit will still be going on. What the fuck can you do? Surrounded by riddles. And when you figure out the riddle, you still won't understand what the riddle was telling you the entire time. The suffering servant. Oh, yeah, the suffering servant. And the thing is, I put that because the being that was acting as Epstein went through that as a child. So the being that's the scapegoat, if it was existing as a human, was simply just acting a role that people go through constantly. So children, and there are many of you who are watching, you have been through child trafficking. You have been through some traumatic shit that nobody should know about. But why is that? Because the government is reflecting what you've been through because they see you going through it. But who programmed the beings to put you through that trauma if it wasn't your future self? Military industry, fictitious identity. The CIA is ran by the Jesuits. DNA activation, code of light, and everything within the light is false light, by the way, because light cannot see itself. Knowing just that when you go into the void or the infinite. Shout out to Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, one of my favorite characters right now, and we're gonna make videos on Gojo as well. I just love that. I love the mindset of Gojo, but when you activate your enlightenment within, externally, all you can do is reflect how much light your mind can retain. That's why many of you who watch my videos, you are intrigued by the way I'm tickling your brain because I sound just like your thoughts that you always wanted to say out loud. But now that I'm saying it, you're like, whoa, how are you doing that? How am I doing what? Holding a mirror up to show you how intelligent you always been? God, conspiracy theorists. What is that? What is that now? There are no conspiracies anymore. Everything that we've been talking about is not a fucking theory either. It's a fucking fact. Beyonce Giselle knows. I can't wait to expose Jay-Z and Beyonce, man. I can't wait to expose both of them motherfuckers, boy. Mm-mm-mm. Jeffrey Epstein, 163-978-326-163-7382. He never existed. And child trafficking. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It should not exist. We should not exist with pedophiles. No, pedophiles need to be exiled from society. Child trafficking needs to be depleted from society. All horrific shit needs to go. When that happens, I can go right back home. Man's an ideology, that's a fact. Gender is a social construct. So if you're calling yourself a man or a woman, you are socially conditioning yourself to be what you never were. Gene mutations. All the bookmarks that I showed you, gematria, steal identity. Whose identity? Yours. Every movie, every show, every article, every tweet, every post on TikTok, Instagram is nothing but them stealing your identity. Kids are still being trafficked. And what are we sitting here doing? Making fucking videos. Not all of us, because I just came from saving the children in my community. How about yourself? What did you do all day? Did you help one child? You probably don't even lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Did you go and feed the homeless? Don't even lie to yourself. Don't lie. You can comment, oh, yeah, don't cap. Don't cap for my approval. I don't give a fuck. All I know is if you, to me, the realest people in this world, you don't have to record yourself giving money to a homeless person. You don't got to record yourself working with children. Many of you on my YouTube, you know I work at a facility with children. Y'all seen the videos that I made and shit like that. That lets you know right there, I'm doing way more work than social media. Social media is a hobby for me. Why is that? Because I care about you as well in the virtual world. But if you met me in real life, this shit don't fucking change. I sound the exact same. That's why the kids love me more than their parents. How is that possible? I have 8-year-olds telling me they want to learn more knowledge about the Matrix. And you know what? The kids even told me as well, the kids that I work with in my class, I work with second and third graders. They told me this weekend to watch, they told me to watch this show. I'm gonna show y'all as well, because I love putting y'all on game. They told me to watch this show. It's called The Amazing Digital Circuits, and it basically talks about the Matrix in a kid version. I don't know how the hell my kids know about this shit, but yeah. Kids being trafficked every fucking day. How did Jamasha know that? Before Sumerians, before a language, how did numbers connect this with this? We are in a coding simulator in the future, past, and present currently right now. We are in the infinite watching our past work through itself currently, and yet nothing mattered in matter. I'm every woman. Y'all know that song, Proof Provided. I've shown y'all the proof, so that means no negative comment should even be said. I'm giving you proof. You can't deny it no more. You can hide all you want. You can't prove me wrong. I'm giving you the accuracy. What you gonna do about it? I'm every woman. Thank you, Skull and Gay, by the way. Right or wrong? Look like a man. I'm every woman. Well, man. Unlearn the lies. Cold crack. Checkmate. We're playing, you and I, we playing chess, but the ones who are ignorant, they don't understand how far we made our move already. Digital soldiers. They're attacking you in the digital world. How's that possible? Grey's Anatomy. Allow a man to be a man. Please. Please. This is not what a man is supposed to be doing. Men should not be raping kids. Men should not be getting genetically altered to be a woman. Women should not be getting genetically altered to be a man. Conflict on Earth. Why? Humans. Humans are demons, if there were demons. Christian black magic. Yes, Christians, anybody in Christianity. Oh, boy, I better not even see a Christian comment on it. It's easy cooking, y'all. Oh my, Christianity is so easy to fucking fry because y'all minds been fried. Y'all believe in a blood sacrifice called Jesus Christ. You believe in Lucifer. Fuck out of here. But that whole religion is under black magic. Actually, all 42,000 plus more religions are using black magic to control their followers. The image of Lucifer. And the thing is, too, this image of Lucifer is what? The Baphomet. Androgyny. Double-edged sword. It's a contradiction. Opening a portal. After this video, I guarantee you somebody's mind has became open again. Lucifer ascendancy. So during this video, we went deeper into Luciferianism and we ascended what people still cannot fathom. A great sorcerer. Whatever, or whoever designed Epstein is a great sorcerer to me, at least, because people believe that this being is a fucking real person. That's astonishing to me. Trans groomer. What do you have to say now? And this is to the haters, basically. I love talking to the haters because hate is love and love is hate. Don't forget, good is bad and bad is good. My conscious beings, y'all don't gotta hate because y'all know a nigga been accurate since I started making videos. To my haters, though, trans groomer. And no, I'm not transphobic or homophobic. What I'm gonna say is, though, I'm giving you proof. So you can't call me names anymore. It never worked. Don't don't talk about yourself. Don't do that. Joking about death. Because what is it? And I love joking about this because what is that? What is death to death when death can't die? And if death can't die, does death exist? It doesn't. So what are you afraid of? If you can't die and if you were never born, what are you in right now? A motion picture. Isn't that how a dream works? I got me one, Bill. Stupid ass. Satan's religion. And all religion is Satanism. So what do you worship? How you gonna worship a God when Satan gave you that God? Oh, wait a minute. Why am I calling the ego Satan? Ah, damn it. There's no difference. Prostitute. The government is under their own prostitution. So the government got pimped by entities because these entities demanded sacrifices from humanity. So the government designed humanity to be the sacrifice of what the government was already sacrificed into being. Honestly, I'm done with this video. This shit was slightly too easy. I feel like I'm just learning elementary school work at this point. This stuff used to be so complicated to me, but now it's just like we breeze through this stuff now. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Fuck Jeffrey Epstein. Fuck the government. Fuck secret societies. Fuck Freemasonry. Fuck celebrities. Fuck all these pedophiles. Fuck people who commit evil. Fuck people who are pussy and are afraid to speak up. And fuck all the people who want to follow conscious beings into a higher transcendence, even though they have never done the work their fucking selves. And fuck artificial intelligence as well. Have a great and a safe and a healthy and attentive divine night and a prosperous weekend as well. I love you all. I'm gone. This was a great fucking video. I ain't gonna cap. This shit was phenomenal.